So yesterday I talked about a way that you can use Microsoft To Do and Outlook by flagging emails to be able to capture what it is you're doing and get out of your inbox and start focusing on tasks. Now I want to take you in onto the next part of that journey and start talking about how you now get teams working together, right? So it's not just personal tasks that need to be taken care of. Now you need to coordinate a team. So I'm going to jump across into another app called Microsoft Planner. If you've seen Monday.com, Asana, Trello, any one of those style of apps that has this concept of cards that you create with different columns or buckets of information and tasks and activities, then you'll get the idea. The technical term is a Kanban board. It's come from Agile methodology, right? Don't get worried about the words. That's not relevant. What's relevant is how we plan tasks and how we can start assigning things and getting things done. Now, creating a plan is as easy as coming into Planner. There's an app for this on your phone, or your tablet, and you can get started on there. Otherwise, if you're on your desktop, it's in your browser. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on New Plan up here. And we can just stick it in a name, and we come down here and we can say create plan. I can also add this to a Microsoft group. A Microsoft group is effectively a team, which is effectively a SharePoint site. That's all kind of the one thing. Microsoft just has different words for the same thing depending on the angle you come from. But yeah, that's pretty much what that is. So I'm not going to create a new one. I'm going to here's one I created earlier. This is built around a concept of a book launch. So I've created a bunch of different buckets here, and you can create new buckets just by coming up here, typing in etc. And we start intro, and maybe we've got what the MC will say, the welcome to country, right, and a bunch of other things. So I'm just going to fix that up. So what do we need in the script? So what the intro, what the MC is going to say, maybe some jokes, etc. we want to put in there for the copy. So that's for the script for the day, the run sheet. Maybe this is we'll rename this the run sheet, right? So you get the idea. It's fairly flexible, fairly easy. You can come up with this. There's no hard and fast rules in terms of how you do that. It's whatever works for you. The purpose here is really to get an understanding of all the tasks and activities that you're going to do. Then we can start planning around who's going to do what, right? Be very, very careful to only assign one person to a task. If you need to add multiple people, feel the need to add multiple people to a task, break it in two. You should always only have one owner. They're the one responsible for getting that task done. If there's others, create multiple tasks for that. We can do labels. So this is where you can start color coding that sort of stuff, and it allows you to sort and filter out things so you know what things are threaded together that might run across multiple buckets. Progress, obviously, where it's at. So it's either started, it's in progress, or it's done. That's it. You can't customize this, and that's a good thing. Priority, self-explanatory. When do you want to start it? When it needs to be done by, and does it repeat? Stick in notes, stick in checklist. You can add attachments, and then you can have comments going backwards and forwards between your team as you're tracking along with this particular task. That's the basics. It's very much like a to-do planner. It's just a task. It's not how to do the task. It's just the thing that needs to happen. How you do it, well, that's up to you and whoever else is doing it. Maybe it's your own personal experience. Maybe there's some documents you can refer to. However your business works. That's not the point. This is tracking that the thing gets done. Right, so now we're starting to assign all this, and I can see who's been assigned certain things, I've been assigned certain things, and there's other ways we can view it by date, by progress. Maybe this one here, we're going to say that's in progress. That one's done. because we're found at MC, all of that sort of stuff. So we can start moving these things around. It's very dynamic. It's very simple to sort of get an understanding of how it works. We can also look at the charts, how we're tracking, who's got what tasks. We can start adding these tasks to different people. We can also put it in a schedule. So an event is going to have a specific day of when that event is going to run. So you have to then work backwards for all the things that you need to do in terms of getting that planned. Now, and so you can just, organize that space. So we're going to put this one actually over here. Sort of check in on the parking. Maybe there's some advertising we need to do. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to go across into next month. We've got to understand the restrictions that might be there. Transport, we're going to organize. You get the point, right? This is only updating the due date. We can change, if we change the start date on this and put that to there, you'll now see what that's doing is it's creating this big runway around that particular task. And yes, before you ask, you can add this plan to your calendar so you can overlay it on your calendar. It's not going to give you the specific hour that this stuff is. It's just going to show you on the top of your Outlook calendar when these activities need to occur. But the most important part is that when you assign these things over here in Planner, we go down to this other list called Assign to Me. If we see here, there's Organized Space, Podcast, Advertising, and they all come from the book launch plan. And it's going to give me some dates of when they need to be done. Guess what? Because there's a date there, they will pop up on my Day section on the day they're due. So it's going to tell me what needs to happen today. And hopefully you're ahead of this and you can see what's coming, so you're ready to ensure that it's done. So you can go back and say, oh, I haven't done that today. I need to get that sorted. So possibly what you need to do is saying that the time I need to do it is slightly different to the time it's actually due, right? Just so you can get a little bit of planning ahead of that. But like those particular items, so I can come in here and say, look, I'm going to stick a due date on this. I'm going to put that as tomorrow, and I'm going to add that to my day, and I'm going to add a couple of steps in here because I know that there's a couple of things that I need to do to get this done. All right, excellent. So now I can come back to the book launch plan because it's linked to that particular item. I'm going to load up Planner, and here's that item in Planner. It will suggest, here's those steps that I just put in, and here's the due date that I put in, which is tomorrow. Nice and easy, right? So that's how we can get on top of our plans and our own personal tasks and combine the two. It's not just you that's there to go and organize your own personal stuff. When you're working in a business or an organization of some kind, there's going to be more people involved to help. Microsoft Planner can help you solve that. Hope you found that helpful, and I'll catch you again on the next video.